Qiang joins us now from Beijing. He's the Assistant Director of the International Monetary Institute. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Elaine.
Well, this is the first meeting in 2 years. What does the economic global landscape look like right now? And amid all of the political challenges worldwide, are you optimistic any consensus can be reached here?
Well, I'm half optimistic and not optimistic. Well, if you consider the current backdrop of the international community, actually we're not in a very good period of time. Geopolitical conflicts are everywhere, and half of the world are going through the general election, and we've been seeing two major, military conflicts are going on. So, and many of the conflicts and the argument in the aspect of the trade are happening every day and everywhere. So I think right now, after 2 years, especially after the end of the pandemic all over the world, it's very, very urgent that we have this ministerial meeting to discuss what kind of a consensus we can achieve among all the trade authorities. But I think the current background of the international society do not allow that kind of a consensus to be achieved in the major players. Yes, indeed, we can achieve many agreements among 120, 150 of the members among the WTO. But considering the major trading partners and participants like the United States, like major countries in the European Union, they probably were going to have some other thoughts. Just take a look at the past 5 or 10 years. United States have their own bilateral or trilateral trade deals or free trade agreement with their partners. So to jump over the rule of the WTO to create another little club. So I think this kind of phenomenon will continue as the background of the whole society goes on. So I think even though we can achieve some consensus among the trade ministers in many other countries, but if the major players do not follow suit or respect this new achieved consensus, I think the actual enforcement or the actual effect of this newly achieved agreement of the WTO will actually be hitting some obstacles.
Well, what does China hope to accomplish during these ministerial meetings in Abu Dhabi, and what message does China want to send to other members?
Well, I think China's idea is really simple. China is always the firm supporter and always, stay strong with the globalization order, stay strong with, free trade policies. I think this is a spirit that we have already followed to achieve, global prosperity in the past 20 years. So lower the tariffs to allow the commodities and the personnel to travel freely around the world, and also to allow or to lower the threshold for international investment, and also to remove a lot of unnecessary barriers that to lower the efficiency of the global trade and investment. I think this is only the requirement of China and what they want to achieve with all the trade partners. But however, currently the whole world actually showed up another phase and acted in another way. For example, many countries like America, like Australia, they actually use a lot of local laws and local regulations to stop the free trade, and also always accuse like anti-dumping kind of the accusation, or to use the national security as one of the excuses to stop the international investment. Also, I think tariff will be a problem, and also a technology sanction will also be a problem. Sometimes they out of the nowhere and do not have a solid ground to enforce that kind of a policy. So I think this ministerial meetings actually try to solve that problem. China want to actually achieve certain consensus among the countries who also want to do certain kind of directions, and also try to amplify this kind of the consensus to a larger area of the international trade partners.
All right, a couple more days to go. We'll have to wait and see what happens then. Qiang, thank you so much for joining us from Beijing.